a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to another edition of For Light and Dice. We're so excited for you to continue this journey with us. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. This episode will continue the story of the crew of the Phantasmal Squonk on Lysatra. But in this episode, they have some pretty heavy conversation about the future of the group. Will they stay together? You'll have to listen to find out. But I do want to put kind of a trigger Star Wars trauma warning on this one just because the conversation gets a little intense, only because the entire crew is finally dealing with the emotional fallout of everything that's happened to them up to this point. So check it out, listen, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. So for those of y'all that go outside, what do you do? Oh, by the way, when you go outside, the air is sweet with the scent of flowers, and looking everywhere, the grass grows wild and seems to wave back and forth as there is a light, comforting breeze. There are flashing red lights coming from the town. You're reminded that Senior Ranger Oscar Flix did say that the entire planet was under lockdown, and Lysander, you would expect that most of the people in the town are probably going to stay indoors.
That makes things easier for him. He doesn't have to see anyone. Oh, but he sits on the ramp leading outside. It's just kind of feeling reminiscent, even though he didn't grow up over here. But he's just back here again, back home again.
Did you have anything in particular with Coriel and Gaz Colton?
I know, but Coriel has something when we get into the town.
Gotcha, okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
So Gaz just comes out and just stands beside Lysander, looking at the wilderness, looking, again, very, very emotional. It's really pretty here.
I think I took that for granted before I left home. But you're right.
I get that. I left something very similar and then went to the metal and concrete of Coruscant for 9 years. And I never realized how much I miss grass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay in the grass.
I imagine Gaz has walked off to go touch grass.
She is literally going to go touch grass.
Oh, we're having a freaking Rapunzel tangled.
Omega, Rapunzel, whatever you want to call it. Like, she kind of, steps off and suddenly kind of takes a few steps and then, reaches down and touches the grass and then just lays out into it like it's, falling into, a bed and just exhales so heavily.
I think at this moment, Zero walks towards the ramp and sees Gaz laying in the grass and goes, Gaz, what is the purpose of this?
To anchor your soul again.
Will it help if I do? Do I have a soul?
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. What do I do with it?
Whatever you want, baby.
Should I also lay in the grass?
If you
Is
want.
that what I do with it?
If you want.
Okay, I'll give it a try. And Zero will walk down the ramp and lay in the grass in similar of a position as they can get to Gaz. I don't know, exactly how articulated their limbs are, but as similar as they could get laying in the grass.
Are you okay?
I think so.
I've been so
Why
focused.
wouldn't I be? Oh,
Well,
because of all the, like, death and destruction?
Yeah, and I've been so focused on everybody else, I haven't asked you or Coriel if you two are okay. Are you okay?
I think so. As far as I'm aware, anyway. I mean,
Is any of it confusing?
you know, ever since you guys rebuilt me, everything has been confusing. So, I try not to. You know, for a while there, I was pretty freaked out by a lot of stuff. But once I kind of accepted that nothing made sense, you know, things have gotten a lot easier to deal with.
Well, congratulations.
It's all the same shit.
That's called adulthood. Congratulations.
I'm an adult?
I mean, if you're as old as this ship and from Sith times, yeah, you're probably an adult.
Interesting.
Zero, never be afraid to ask us if you have questions. We're here to help you.
Does that mean I'm allowed to drink?
I mean, you can try.
Considering you're a droid, I don't know how well that would go pouring alcohol into your system.
We'll get you some oil, like good shit oil. Like high-end oil for you to drink.
Ooh. I'm used to just the, like, crude 30 weight we've got, you know, scrounged around in the back.
You know what we should do? We should also get you cleaned up. You know, do you want to get some of that rust off and do some repairs? Make you feel better?
Interesting. I don't even know what the metal looks like underneath this rust. I've never considered that fact. That's something to look into.
Well, if you ever want to, I'll be more than happy to help you. We can get you new hats, new ponchos, new anything you want to wear. So you can be the most you want to be.
The most me I want to be. Interesting. I'm gonna keep lying in this grass.
All right. She just closes her eyes, feeling the sun.
You know, Lysander is still just sitting on the ramp, looking at you two lying down in the grass.
Wen walks down the ramp behind Lysander, and upon seeing what appears to be simply Gauze and Zero sprawled out in the grass, looks down at Lysander, then back up to Gauze and Zero, and then back down to Lysander, and then back up to Gauze and Zero, and shrugs.
When
They're having a moment.
When I haven't talked to the babies yet, and I swear to God, if you tell them to steal from the people of this world, I will take your lava lamp and do nothing with it, but you will not have it for a very short period of time, and then I will return it to you afterwards undamaged.
I will not accidentally incite another theft spree.
These are
on a
good
populated
people.
world. These are outer rim, decent, hardworking people, not benefiting from the capitalist systems which ring the galaxy to the same extent.
She's just kind of motioning her
know
hand like,
that.
yes, yes, yes.
Anyway, whenever you two are done with whatever this is, I assume it's some sort of grass therapy.
You should try it.
And I will not. We should find a place to sit down and have a discussion.
She's getting up and starting to pull on 7-foot-tall Zero, trying to help them up.
Well, we're already down, so let's just have a discussion.
Out here in the open.
Away from the ship.
Oh, right, 'cause it's evil and stuff.
And wants to vet the organics.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that seems like a good idea. Let's go.
Gonk, come on.
Gonk. It very slowly waddles down the ramp.
Hi. You okay, bud?
Gonk.
Okay. I guess we go to town?
Yeah, you walk. You are not far from a very easy to miss dirt road due to the tall grass. But once you follow it, you see a sign that says, "Welcome to the town of Wildfield," and it it's a very small town. There's one single road with 4 buildings on the left, 4 on the right. Most of the buildings have signs on the front that suggest that most of them are businesses. There's a general store, a supply store, and there's one place simply called Cantina. You can see evidence of people like peeking out windows, looking at you as you approach. And one individual, a human woman with pink and white hair, dressed in a red and black jacket. She has a gun holstered on her side, matching boots and brown pants, and she has a gold star on her right jacket, suggesting that she's a ranger. And she comes out to greet you all and just says, "Hello, we're under lockdown. Did you not know?"
No, we're well aware.
And you all are?
Well, I am Lysander Alberic. I and my crew here they were helping me to visit home because I am from here.
Wait a minute, Lysander?
Hi.
Of the Phantasmal Squonk crew.
Wait, how do you know that name?
That entirely depends. That entirely depends on whether or not there are outstanding warrants.
Well, not here, but you have brought undue attention onto us due to some of your heroism, should I say.
Go on.
You know, I'm gonna take that and just go with yes.
What sort of heroism and attention?
Well, something about saving a bunch of nobles in Naboo.
That's very widespread knowledge.
It's been in the news.
What?
Oh.
What?
Like all the way out here?
Like where in the news?
Well, on the news, it's been all over the HoloNet.
She looks
So
a little
like people
scared
know
by
our
that.
names and shit?
Well, not everybody around here reads the news, but
I would not be terrifically worried about that being on the news cycle right now.
I've heard, or at least we keep hearing things. No one's telling us anything about what's going on.
We were out there and I couldn't tell you what's going on.
Yeah. Theoretically, though, we should all be safe, so hopefully this emergency lockdown will end soon.
Well, head on into the cantina and make yourselves comfortable. You're going to be the only ones in there.
Thank you kindly.
Just don't start any trouble, please.
Of course not. Looks at
We'll
1 and
try.
2.
Criv.
Yeah, 1 and 2 just like look. They like turn around and look behind them. Can everybody make insight rolls?
I was about to ask to make an
Okay.
insight roll.
Got
Much
14.
better. I got a 19.
I got a 13.
I got
Wow.
right out of 10.
You need 10 or more. She is looking at each one of you up and down. You get the feeling she really doesn't want you here, and she seems scared.
You got something
I
more
do
to
have
say?
my lightsaber on my belt very prominently right now.
She doesn't seem to stare too closely at that. But when you Gaz, when you ask her if you have something more to say, and she says, "What makes you say that?"
I was just, just wondering if there's anything else we should know.
Well, I will say that not everyone here appreciates being well known throughout the galaxy.
If it helps, I don't appreciate being well known either.
We
Though,
will try to get out of your hair as soon as possible. We were just passing through, honestly.
if
We
you want,
really,
though.
really are, honestly, truly, just passing through. We have an appointment at Armadillo? Other
Armadillo.
place. Yes, that. And we need to get to it, so trust me, we will not be staying long.
It's a shame. It's a shame, though. She just looks her up or down. And just kind of gives a little smile.
Lysander
Okay, we just
pulls
need a
Win
minute.
and Gauze into the canteen and okay, we are gonna get
banged
something
half of
to
the
eat real
brew.
quick.
She lets you go. You can see her walking onto her speeder, and she kind of rides off. And from time to time, you do see her just kind of circling around the town, keeping watch.
Oh.
So I guess we enter the cantina then.
Yes, to call it a cantina is a bit of an overstatement. It's a really, really small space with a single bar, 4 booths, and 2 tables. There is a droid with 7 or 8 arms coming off the sides that's able to extend out and reach for different bottles on the shelves behind it. It as soon as you walk in, its head turns to you, and you can see it has 4 eyes and a speaker for a mouth. And it just says, "Greetings, welcome.
Hi,
What may I get you?"
What's your name?
I am 12BAR.
Well, hello, Bahar. I'll take whatever's strong and cheap.
It's like very fast. He like grabs a glass, pours some kind of brown liquid into it. You can hear it sizzle with like vapors coming off the top, and he passes it over to you. And he does all that like less than half a second.
Hell yeah.
What do you got for droids?
We have oil, and you can recharge here.
Oh! Well, please direct me to where I can do that.
He goes off to the side of the bar, pulls out a cord, and hands it to you. And he says, "You can stick it inside of yourself."
I will do that. And 0 does that. And why don't you hit me with some of that oil?
It gives you a big canister.
Yeah, 0 just holds it up to the little, just sort of hole in their, what would be a mouth, and just is drinking. Very loud sort of slurping, just...
Do you have anything for our gunk and our probe droids? That we can plug them in as well?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
He pulls out more cords.
I appreciate you.
Gonk kind of convinces 1 and 2 to plug in, and he plugs in himself. The bar says, "The Gonk droid is going to cost extra since it's a Gonk droid."
That's fine.
I'll have a nice ceiling and bubbles, please.
He pour that for you.
Thank you. And also, is there a HoloNet port in this establishment by chance?
There is not.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You got a Valo cough? Got a Valo calf?
We have Mos Eisley calf.
That works.
He hands it over to you. There's some. It smells particularly spicy.
Wynn takes a sip and inhales and exhales through the nose, and says, "Yes, this will work. This will work." And lays the necessary credit chips down on the counter.
18 credit chips, please.
Actually, can we open a tab?
Yes.
Yeah, under the name Lena So.
When raises a hand, we'll just pay cash for this one.
All right, fine.
As you wish.
We're all together.
18 credits, please.
Lysander, you
When-
want anything?
No.
What?
As much as I'd love to not be sober right now, I feel like I should stay sober.
Wait, do you guys take Republic credits out here?
We are for now, but that is subject to change due to new trade rules being drafted.
My friend here, Win, would probably be interested in learning about those trade
No.
rules.
I
We
would
don't
love
have
to,
time
but
for
just
that.
not now.
He probably have some interesting thoughts and opinions about them that
All
I'd love
those
to hear.
definitely, but we're just gonna keep moving. The poor service industry worker definitely does not want to sit here and listen to me talk while pretending to be interested in whatever I have to say.
Fair enough. I'll keep drinking this oil.
As you wish. And yeah, Bar serves you all and hovers away.
Are we the only people in the cantina?
You're alone. Yeah.
Okay.
Gaz just flops out in a chair and takes a very heavy drink of her drink. So our ship's trying to kill us.
Our ship definitely got a bunch of people killed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, it straight up told me that it wanted to space you all. Well, the organics anyway. And I was able to convince that, well, that's not entirely true. I said that we should not do that, but the Squonk was convinced by the wanton death and destruction, decided that you guys were useful.
There were a couple of odd things when thinks for a moment, drinks a little bit of the calf. There were a couple of odd things about the Squonk in that encounter. Two big ones to me. Firstly, I don't know if anyone else noticed, no one talked about firing on the canister, at least as far as I remember, until the Squonk called that it was in firing range. The Squonk doesn't help. The Squonk doesn't provide information. The Squonk gives information that it wants, or you have to claw the rest out of it by translating it from Huttese. It told us the thing was in firing range. Then I found out that the Squonk had actually scanned the pod, and it had the data, including the number of people on the pod.
How many?
Oh, that's interesting. I tried to access that, and it was not present.
Yes, because I deleted it.
Why?
What possible value could the number of people we got killed have beyond making us feel worse about it?
Maybe closure.
So wait, do you know?
I know the number. I wish I didn't, but I now know the number.
Are you okay?
When continues to drink and reaches up and touches
Alright.
the top of their forehead. Let's just focus on the fact that the Squonk collected that data and then attempted to broadcast it into the cockpit after we had already destroyed the pod. And I'm assuming, Zero, did the Squonk volunteer the information on the data to you that it then said was deleted, or did you go looking for that?
It said that you were as cruel and cold as itself, and I asked why, and then it said it didn't know because that information had been deleted.
I
Is
think
there-
this.
Is there a way to turn it off? Like, can we just not have a Squonk? Can it be just a normal ship? Is that a thing it can do?
Well, it's a droid. I don't know how well a droid would function without a droid brain. And the droid brain we do have is too small to replace it.
Okay, I'm not saying this question very lightly, okay? Because I know it's a droid. Is there a way? She kind of like looks at Coriel on this one and then Zero. Is there a way to delete it?
Like, kill it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much that would help in, finding answers about things. We are kind of on this sort of quest.
But is the quest worth us possibly killing millions across the galaxy? And I can't answer that, Zero, because it's your memories that we're questing for.
That is a lot of pressure.
Think about it. You don't have to answer it right now, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna process that for a minute here.
I'm so sorry for putting that on you.
Remember the filing cabinet? We talked about the filing cabinet.
The filing cabinet's not... No. Coriel?
I hesitate to mention this for two reasons. One being this quest. The second being that I am not on the best of terms with my order. But I do know of a ritual that can change these sorts of things.
A ritual?
It is not. I don't know how to do it. It is beyond my purview.
How do you know a ritual and don't know how to do it?
Well, I misspoke. I know of a ritual.
Okay.
It's not. That's.
But you can do the space magic about it?
Well, again, I can't. But I believe there are members of my order that know how. That might be able to affect the Squonk. But as I said, I'm not in the best of terms at the moment with
That's
them.
Interesting.
On that point, I have a question for kind of everybody. What are we doing here?
Well, we were saving the planet.
No. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Because, Coriel, you've only agreed to go to Zakral, and you've been here 5 days, and our ship kind of murdered half the galaxy, so if you want to leave, I'm totally cool with that. But, if you want to negotiate for 1-inch share of the Squonk, that's fine. I'd be open for that, too. Though I don't know why you want an evil ship. And then, like Lysander, you're home. So if you just, want to leave, I would totally understand, because you're home. And the Squonk would be more than happy to take 0, which would leave the 1 in 2000, which, I'm sure that Win could take. And so I guess I just need to know if I need to ask Bar for a job application right here, because, we're going to have to buy food and gas at one point, which means we're going to have money. So are we a crew? What is our long-term plans past the crawl? So, what are we doing here? What are we? Are we here long-term, or are we just getting to the crawl and back? Where are we going?
I don't have anywhere else to go.
I'm here for as you said, going to the cool, but also you all seem like fun individuals to travel with, so I'm.
If you would want 1-in share, I'd be open to that, because 1-in did put into the ship, and you were part of them, and they were part of us. I'd be open to that if you want 1-in share. That would be my vote. But I don't know why you would want an evil ship.
Well, I'm intrigued by this ritual idea. Perhaps... Is there a ritual that perhaps instead of murdering the Squonk would change it a bit and make it nicer and more forthcoming about the information it knows?
That is the ritual. It is not a death. It is a total reconstruction. Though, I personally consider that a death of some sort. I somehow accomplished it with 1N, though I don't know how I did that. That was a fluke. That was a little whoopsie. Yeah. But yeah. So I do not.
Because that could be an interesting sort of shift if we can make the Squonk more honest and reliable. Maybe we would learn more and know a bit more about what we were going to in Zakul.
Will it even
And-
let us go to Zakul or space us before we get there?
Well, how far away is your old order friends that aren't friends anymore?
So fun fact, it is unknown exactly where the Order of Sightful Take headquarters are in the galaxy far, far away.
It's as if the DM didn't already plan for this, which he did. You know that you could find an order on Jeddah.
Well, fun fact, the nearest outpost of the Order is, well, we were just there. Wait, no, were we just there?
We
No,
were
we were at
near
Jakku.
Jakku, remember?
Jakku.
Yeah,
Also,
Jakku.
we aren't going to Zakul. We have been to Zakul. I thought we
No.
were going somewhere else.
You're
We
on your
never-
way to Zakul.
We were
Okay.
on our way.
Oh,
My
Yeah, oh, fuck,
my
you're right.
concern at this point is one, the Squonk is clearly manipulating us to not only try to get us to complete the mission, but complete the mission in a certain way that it seems to want us to do. And my second concern is missions generally aren't self-appointed. Missions?
Give me one moment. Sorry, I think we need to do something very important. 1 and 2,
Yeah?
you're not transmitting this conversation to the ship, right?
Oh.
What does transmitting mean?
Telling the Squonk what we're saying?
We haven't told it anything,
Please don't.
but we're sad
Why are you sad?
because you want to kill the Squonk.
We just want to give it therapy.
1 and 2, I think you two should take a little nap.
Okay.
Turn off.
They do, and they fall down to the ground, making a loud noise, and they roll on the floor.
Okay. Cass just picks them up and just puts them in her lap like a baby.
Okay, so, now that that's cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thinking.
Yeah,
Missions-
that's-
Missions have to be given. So, whatever the Squonk is operating on programming, who programmed the Squonk? And why did they program the Squonk that way?
I mean, it was thousands of years ago. Whoever did it is probably dead by now.
Wasn't it the Zakralians? Isn't that why we're going to Zakral?
I mean, we don't. There's like Sith stuff and Zakul, and we don't really know exactly what's out there.
So, Chris, I want to make a knowledge check, but I do have to ask realistically as the DM, assuming that the Zakul in this is roughly analogous to the Zakul in Knights of the Old Republic, is it even reasonable that the Sith connection would have been something that would have survived to this long? As a known historical fact or even a theory?
We'll make a history check.
What modifier is that? Is that a lore roll?
It's a lore, yeah.
15.
Well, the Sith Order themselves haven't been around, as far as you know, for a really long time. For Zakul in particular, that one's even been gone for a little bit longer.
Wynn says, we don't know a whole lot about either of these civilizations. Both of them were so long ago. Zakul even predates the end of the Sith and their final destruction by the Jedi.
Those are the bad guys, right?
Yeah. The Sith are the bad guys.
Okay.
Their final destruction by the Jedi, Zakuul's loss predates even that by maybe even hundreds of years. There's so many societies over the course of galactic history that have risen and fallen and been important in their day and then have been completely lost to history, that we just don't know a lot about what the mission even was and what impact it might have had. All of this that's happening outside right now, it's real Criffin bad. It's bad, but we don't know if something is lurking out there, dormant, hiding, maybe even in plain sight, to potentially make it worse. No pressure or anything.
Yeah, there's just, more pressure just building, and yeah, it's a lot. How far is Jeddah from here?
How far is Jeddah from here, Chris?
1 second. Pulling up the map.
Yay, a map.
More maps in Star Wars, please.
More fucking maps in Star Wars.
I need
please.
more. I want like an interactive map on StarWars.com.
Look, I'm just happy that there is a map that exists with Lysatra on it.
R.I.P.
Know where Lysatra is. It's literally behind Jess right now.
R.I.P. not knowing any of the Resistance planets.
Where is Jeddah? Oh, damn, that's far. It's gonna take a couple weeks to get there, and even longer. Well, I mean, you don't know this, but with assuming all hyperspace routes open, it's gonna take a couple weeks.
Is there a closer headquarters?
Not that you know of.
Okay, so was I cloistered on Jeddah, or...
I was imagining you were cloistered in one of the core worlds.
Okay, so the core worlds wouldn't be closer?
No, we're out in wild
Okay.
space.
Well, that's fair. I was just like... Because it's
Yeah.
this, so I wasn't sure if we had to, go, which way. Okay.
Because this is an audio medium. Colton just made an L with their hand.
It's the shape of the
No,
note.
like
anyway.
clam, kind of.
Yeah, the half anyway.
Big space clam.
Yeah. That would be a fun Force religion.
The big space.
The order of the big space clam.
It's
It's like the
the
flying spaghetti monster.
I was about to say it's like the flying spaghetti monster of the Force.
Can that be
There's
on
no
planets.
Zakuul, please?
Planets are just pearls of the big space clam. Yeah, so there's that option. I keep feeling that our DM is just hinting towards us wanting to go to Jeddah for some inexplicable reason. I'm sure it's fine.
Look, the way I see it, we have two immediate problems that need to be dealt with before we can figure anything else out, which we should be having conversations about. But the two really big immediate problems is this business on Lysatra, now that we have prevented the planet from being potentially devastated by the destruction of its moon, and the broader overarching issues which have led us here in the first place, and figuring out what is going on with Zakuul, because yeah, it's uncomfortable and I don't like it, and I'm just here to try to survive, but we've clearly found ourselves in this situation that's so much bigger than any of us, and if everyone in the galaxy sits around and waits for somebody else to do the risky and right thing, the risky and right thing is never going to get done. Whatever.
Also, I feel like if we did try to go to Jeddah, that'd just make the Squonk angrier at us and more likely to throw us into the cold depths of space.
Where is Zakuul, comparatively?
It's further out of the outer rim.
Can we?
Towards Jeddah or
Away.
towards Lysatra?
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah. away from Jeddah.
Dang.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've got a point, Win, because, like, what if unraveling all this mystery stuff helps us prevent, like, a greater disaster? There could be more squonks out there just waiting to blow shit up. And I don't know that we are in a unique position of knowing where to go, and perhaps that means we are morally obligated
Are we?
to help prevent any potential evils from re-emerging in the galaxy.
Well, some of us didn't
Wow,
sign up
that's a
for
lot
this.
more pressure than I was already contemplating.
Yeah, some of us didn't sign up for any of this.
I mean, I signed up to make money.
That's what I want to do. I just want to make sure we can all have like jobs and eat and get fuel and we don't even know if we can travel right now. We don't. She kind of hugs 1 and 2 a little tighter, looking a little scared. I want to just kill the Squonk. We have the coordinates, we have the path. Let's just kill the Squonk and we'll get to Zakul a different way. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but we need the, like, path engine that's on the Squonk.
We can take it out. Put it in the 2000.
I mean, Corail, do you think that would work?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Because I mean, they're different kinds of ships, so I don't know if the modifications are the same.
Didn't we get it from the Nihil?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're idiots. If they can figure it out, I'm sure we can too.
I mean, we also must we must remember that the Squonk made additions to the plans of the Path Engine.
Yeah.
So, or modifications, I guess. I only have the modified version up here.
I think
Actually, he would tap his chest, not his head.
because that's where his brain is.
One of his brains.
I think that it would benefit everyone. Maybe not necessarily to go in and kill the Squonk immediately, but to have a way to reliably do it.
Explosions work.
Yeah, but also ships are expensive.
And also, I mean, 1N taught us that you can copy your brain into another ship. How do we know that the Squonk hasn't, like, copied itself somewhere? Maybe it's inside me. Like, I'm connected to it somehow. Maybe if we kill the Squonk, something will, like, activate in me, and maybe I'll try to kill all of you. Like, maybe I'm some sort of sleeper agent. I don't know. There's a lot of unknown factors here.
I mean, you were asleep for a very long time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
She just
God, I
dead
wish
ass
that were
looks at.
me.
She looks at Corio with a dead ass look.
Oh no, that was Colton. That wasn't Corey.
but like, there's just a lot that could go wrong. I understand the desire to kill the Squonk. Really, I do. It's done a lot of bad things and led us down some really dark paths, but there is a lot of risk in destroying it and potentially leading us to further darker paths that I don't, especially if I'm the one carrying them out, I'd really prefer not to kill you all. And I'm supposedly a spy for the Zakul or whatever. and I don't know what that means and what could happen if the other vessel I was working with is defeated. Maybe that will activate something in me. I don't know.
Then let's convince it to go to Jeddah.
Well, I mean, first, I need to see if they are willing to even talk with me.
What did you do?
The Order has some rules against, scoundrelly behavior.
Like,
Uh,
I've known you
I
for
think
5.
generally this, when motions with a hand to the entire room, this generally seems to be qualified
Yeah.
as scoundrelly behavior.
It's the Order really likes the Order has a general non-interference policy in the galaxy.
What did you interfere
and
with?
especially with other Force Orders, and just, being... They didn't like that I gambled.
Okay.
I may have
Okay, cool.
accidentally given away some secrets, as well, as a collateral.
Oh, fun, really?
I also have this, and I just hold up the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, I just assumed your order also had those. I just thought that was the thing that all types of space wizards had.
No, I won this from a Jedi, at gambling. We were playing Sabak.
How dangerous are these secrets that you gave up?
Not terribly destructive.
Listen, I've known you for 5 days, and if you're gonna come with us, I need you to be a little less vague.
I may have given the schematics to a certain specific assassin droid as collateral to a group, not the Nihil, but a group of gangsters in the core worlds.
Okie dokie.
Which assassin droid?
It's a HK-47 model?
Of course it fucking is called. Okay.
Orcus to the Lorna D. Come in. Ugh. Long-range communications must be down. Orcus's ship leaves hyperspace. Drastically, at that, his stabilizers are broken, his hull's been damaged, life support systems are about to fail. It's easy to say that Orcus's journey has not been easy. This whole time he has been tracking the Squonk to this Lysatra planet he's never even heard of. Ugh, it's so green and blue and pretty. Not my kind of planet. His ship sustained damage on the travel here. Hyperspace went just completely crazy around him. Pieces of ship and debris smashing every which way, and Orcus won't admit this to anyone, but he's not the best pilot. Landing on a planet like that unnoticed is gonna be a challenge, even if my ship was fully working. It was at that moment Orcus's ship picked something up on the scanners. Something that Orcus recognized. There are ships hiding on the far side of the planet. I know these ships. I know them very well. Well, my short-range communication systems work. It seems like the Force is smiling on me today. Alright, I have a plan. I'll be seeing you soon, Squonk crew. Well, everybody, that is our show for now. Thank you so much for listening. We're going to hear a lot more from the Squonk crew. Are they going to stay together by the end of next episode? And if so, are they going to change trajectory and decide to just drop everything that they've been looking for the past few months and go on a completely different adventure? Who knows? The only way you're going to find out is by listening to next week's episode, which I'm very excited for y'all to hear. Once again, thank you all for listening. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our podcast. Please leave a review. Please tell your friends about us. We would love to have more listeners for our show. We think it's pretty neat, and we are always appreciative of having more people listen to us. If you love the music in this entire episode, please check out Grushkov. They have composed a ton of music inspired by Star Wars The High Republic, Star Wars in general, and a lot of other cool projects that I strongly recommend. And if you want to join our Discord, if you go to our social media profile on X, Twitter, whatever it's called, @ForLightandDice, there's a link in our profile that has links to our Discord. Check it out. It's free for anybody. Anybody that loves the show, you can join and just chat with other people that love the show, as well as the entire cast. And with that, again, thank you for listening, and may the Force be with you.